Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great. I am Piyush Jain this side. Today we will be doing Maths Chapter 2 of Class 7th from Learn Forward Feather Cap. So our next chapter is fractions and decimals. Before coming up to the topics that we will be going to cover in this particular class, let me first ask you what are natural numbers. Okay, so natural number are those which start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Okay. What are whole numbers? Numbers which start from 0 and go up to infinity. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and infinity. Now comes up the next, integers. Now what are integers? Integers are negative number, 0 and positive numbers. So these are the numbers, natural number, whole number and integers, which have the exact full values. What do you mean by exact full values? If I say you have eaten 2 chocolates, that means 2 complete chocolates you have eaten. If I tell you whole number, you are having 0 number of toffees with you right now. So that means you are not having any toffees. But if I say you are having 5 toffees, then you have exactly 5 toffees over here. If I say in integers, you made a loss of rupees 1200. So your loss is exactly rupees 1200. Or you have earned rupees 400. So your amount is 400. These are the complete numbers we can say. But when we talk about the fractions, now first concept is fraction. What are fractions? Fraction means part of something. Okay, so for your better understanding, let me ask you, if I take a pizza over here and I do some pieces, fine? And if I ask you, what is the fraction of this particular part? If I give you this piece, then what would be the fraction of this? Think, this is the pizza, I have divided it into some parts, and if I ask you, I give you this particular piece and find out the fraction. How many of you have written 1 upon 4? How many of you have written 1 upon 4? Your answer is incorrect. This is not the correct answer. Why? Because fraction can only be calculated when anything is divided into equal parts. If I have a pizza and if I divide it in equal parts, then only you will say the fraction is 1 upon 4. Fine? So fraction means first we need to divide something in equal parts, then we will analyze how much we got and how much we didn't got. Fine? Clear with the concept of the fractions? Our first property is multiplication of fractions. Now, what do you mean by multiplication of fractions? Multiplication is repeated addition. You have already learned this. Under multiplication of fraction, we shall study the multiplication of whole number by a fraction and multiplication of 2 fractions. First, we will be learning about multiplication of fraction by a whole number. Isha is making a rice dish. This recipe calls 1/4 of a cup of flour. She is making a rice dish and she needs 1/4 cup of a flour. Flour means the atta, the wheat, powdered wheat you say, right? If she needs 3 times the recipe, how much flour does she need? If she is making a bowl of dish for herself, only for herself, then she will be requiring 1/4 of the cup of flour. But if she is preparing the same for herself, her father and her mother, then she will be preparing the meal for 3 people. Then how much she need? For the first dish, she will be needing 1/4 of flour. For the second dish, also she will be needing 1/4 cup. For the third one also, she will be needing 1/4. Then we are adding 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 3 times because repeated addition is called the multiplication. So 1/4 multiply with 3 come out to be 3 ones are 3, and since there is nothing in denominator, we can write down 1, because if we say 3 or 3/1, it's the same thing, right? 4 ones are 4. we always multiply numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. Fine. So here also the answer is 3 ones are 3 and 4 ones are 4. Got it? Now here is one more example. 12 by 17 multiplied by 5. So 5 will be multiplied with 12. Both are the numerators. 12 5s are 60 and 17 ones are 17. One more example is there. This is the, can you identify the type of fraction? 2 3 by 5. What is the type of fraction it is? Correct, it's a mixed fraction. So 2 3 by 5 multiplied with 4. Now first we need to convert this 2 3 by 5 in improper fraction. 5 2s are 10, 10 plus 3, 13. I hope you already know how to convert the mixed fraction into improper one. So 13 by 5 will be multiplied with 4. So 13 4s are, right, 52. 52 upon 5, this is our final answer. I hope this is clear to you. We can multiply the fraction with the whole number, and in these examples also we have done fraction with the whole number. Fine. Now, fraction as an operator of. You already know of, 1/4 of, 1/5 of. Of means indirect multiplication. Fine. When fraction is used with term of, it behaves as an operator. Let us see what 1/4 of 8 means. What will be the 1/4 part of 8? Let's suppose you are having 8 pizzas with you. Fine. You have 8, okay, let's leave the pizza. You are having 8 chocolates with you. And you are 4 cousins, or you can say 4 friends. If you want to divide them equally among yourself, how much you will get? There are 8 chocolates, you are 4 friends, you need equal number of chocolates. How much you will get? The answer will be 2 chocolates, right? So you have divided the 8 into 1/4, right? So here the example is, suppose there are 8 stars. Let us divide them into 4 equal groups. So 8 stars can be grouped in a group of 2 stars. Fine. So what we have done, 1/4 of 8, of act as multiplication. 4 2s are 8. The answer will be 2. Fine. Okay. Now there are some practical examples. You can say 2/3 of, okay, how do we read it? Numerator is read as 2 and denominator as its position. 2/3, right? 4/9, 1/4/5, like this way. 2/3 of 60 minutes. 2/3 of 60 minutes. Fine. So 2/3 of act as multiply, 60 minutes. 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6 and 0 as it is. That means 40 minutes. So 2/3 of 60 minutes is 240 minutes. Here's the calculation and we got the same answer. Likewise, you can solve for the 4/9 of 180 rupees and 1/4 of 5240 rupees. Fine. Another concept is multiplication of fraction by fraction. Consider an example, say 1/3 multiply 1/2 to learn multiplication of two fractions. In figure below, the shaded part represents 1/2 of the whole. Okay, here nothing has been shaded, but I'll shade it for you. If I say I have shaded this portion, fine. This represents 1/2. Divide each of the two parts into 3 equal parts. Now what we have done? We have divided these two parts in 3 equal parts. Let's say 1, 2 and 3. Here also 1, 2 and 3. So now we will identify which was the part which is colored in both the cases. Fine. So this is the square that has been colored in both the cases. In this example, this is the color that we have done in both the cases. Now this result in the rectangle being divided into 6 equal parts. First what we have done, we have first divided the rectangle in 2 equal parts, Horizontally we have made the cut. Now we are dividing it into 3 equal parts by dividing vertically. So how many, you can say, rectangle are there? 6. Which one is the common one we have? This is the common fraction we have with us. So 1 by 3 of the shaded part or 1 by 3 of 1 by 2 come out to be 1 by 6. 1 by 3 multiply 1 by 2. Here 1 ones are 1, 3 twos are 6. So 1 by 6 is your answer. Fine. Evaluate 7, 5 multiply 2 by 3. So, okay, let us do B part. First, we will be converting the mixed fraction into improper one. 5 ones are 5, 5 plus 2, 7. So, the answer is 7 by 5 multiplied 2 by 3. So, numerator will be multiplied with numerator. 7 2s are 14, 5 3s are 15. I hope that's fine with you. Okay, this was the A part. Here 7 by 5, 7 6 are 42, 5 11s are 55. So we have done both the examples over here. Now let us do one practical question. Vidya and Pratap went for a picnic. There are two friends, you can say. They went for a picnic. Their mother gave them a bottle. Their mother, that means these are not friends, these both are cousins. They are brother sisters. Okay. So their mother gave them a bottle contained 5 liters of water. Vidya consumed 2/5 of the water. 2/5 of the water. Pratap consumed the remaining water. Okay, fine. How much water did Vidya drink? So, how much did Vidya drink? Vidya had 2/5 of total water, right? So 2/5 of means multiply, and what was the quantity of water we have? 5 liters. So 5 will come here. 5 divided by 5, fine. The answer will be 2. That means Vidya has consumed 2 liters of water. Here you can say this comes out to be 2 liters of water. Now, out of 5 liters, Vidya has already consumed 2. So, how much Pratap will be getting? Obviously, the Pratap will be getting 5 minus 2, 3. So, the answer is 3 liters of water. Also, it is done what fraction of the total quantity of water did Pratap drink? So, how much Pratap had? 3 liters out of 5 liters. So, this is the amount of water that Pratap consumed. Value of the product. When any two whole numbers, now we will be learning about some small properties of multiplication of fractions. When any two whole numbers are multiplied, the product is always greater than each of the number being multiplied. 4 sevens are 28. Instead of whole number, it should be natural number. Can you guess why? Because what happens in whole number? 0 is also a whole number, right? So 0 multiplied with 2, both are whole number, the answer will be 0. In this case, the answer 0 is not greater than 2. So it must be when two natural numbers are multiplied, the product is greater than each of the number being multiplied. But what happens in fraction? When two proper fractions are being multiplied, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, the answer is 1 by 6. So what happened in fraction? The answer is not greater, it's smaller. When two proper fractions are multiplied, the product is always less than each of the following fraction. Okay? Two improper fraction. Let us now multiply two improper fraction, 3 by 2 and 5 by 2. Now, as we multiplied, we got the answer 15 by 4. The product of two improper fraction is greater than each of the two fraction. In case of proper fraction only, the answer will be smaller. But in case of improper, the answer will be greater. Fine? Third one, proper and improper fraction. Let us find the product of proper fraction and improper fraction. So 1 by 2 multiplied by 5 by 2, answer is 5 by 4. So When a proper fraction and improper fraction are multiplied, the product obtained is greater than the proper fraction and less than the improper fraction. Hope this is totally clear to you. Okay. Let us do some question of the exercise as well. Match the following. Here we are having 4 questions with you. Let us find who all can do it. Okay. 2 1 by 5. So let us first analyze where is 1 by 5 here in this figure. This represents only one figure at a time. 2 by 3. This represents 1 by 4. This represents 1 by 2. This represents 1 by 5. And how many circles are there? 2. So 2 1 by 5 will be matched with 4. Next is 1 by 2. 1 by 2. No, this is not, this is not, this is 1 by 2. And how many rectangles are there? 2. So 2 will be multiplied with 1 by 2. 2 by 3. This is 2 by 3. And how many circles are there? 1, 2, 3. So 3 being multiplied by 2 by 3. Fine. What's the fraction it's showing? 1 by 4. And how many times? 1, 2 and 3. So 3 will be multiplied with 1 by 4. Quite easy one, right? Okay. Multiply the following. This we already have covered during the concept clarity session. You can easily multiply these fraction with the whole number. Again, you will be able to multiply the fraction with fractions. Which one is greater? Okay. So for this particular question, we need to have the understanding of how to compare the fractions. This must you have already covered in your previous classes as well. Let me give you some examples. 2 upon 5 and 3 upon 5. Now think and tell me which one will be the greater fraction. So let me give you one easy example, or you can say a easy technique to analyze which one is greater in fraction. What you need to do, you need to consider the numerator as number of chocolates. Always do that. This will help you every time. Number of chocolates, and below is the number of kids. Fine. And you need to be that particular kid in this particular formula, those who want the more of the chocolates. Fine. In any case, we always want to have a more of a chocolate, because I believe you all must be liking the chocolates, right? Now let us suppose in both the cases, how many students are there? How many kids are there? 5. Here we are having only 2 chocolates. Here we are having 3 chocolates. So in which case, if I distribute chocolates equally among 5 kids, where you will be getting the more chocolates? 5 students are there. I am distributing only 2 chocolates to them, among them. Here I am having 3 chocolates. So yes, this will be the greater, because the number of chocolates are more, the whole fraction will be greater. One more example where numerator is same. Let us suppose 11 by 3 and 11 by 6. Now which one will be greater? Here the chocolates are same, 11, 11. Now if I need to divide the 11 chocolates among 3 kids, I will be distributing them equally. Now 3 more students come up, they also need the chocolate, but I am having the same number of chocolate. So again what I will be doing, I will be distributing these 11 chocolates among 6 students now. So in which case you will be getting the more chocolates? Correct, where the number of kids are less. So the answer will be 11 by 3. Fine. But what happened in the case where the numerator and denominator both are different? How we will analyze? In that particular case, first we need to take the LCM and we will find the equivalent fraction. What do you mean by equivalent fraction? The fraction whose face value is different but their meaning is same. That means the LCM of denominator 5 and 10 will be 10. Both the cases we will write down 10, 10, because the LCM is 10. If 5 becomes 10, we obviously need to multiply it with 2. So again we will multiply the numerator with 2 and answer will be 8 by 7. And here the answer will remain same because it's already 10. Now again same formula. In both the cases number of kids are 10, but here the chocolates are 8, here the chocolates are 7. So in which case you will be getting a more chocolate? 8 by 10. Yes. So this way we'll be able to do the comparison. So which one is greater? You can now solve them. First multiply them, take out the answer, then compare by using the formula of number of chocolates upon number of kids. I hope you will be able to do these questions now. Great. Find the product of given fraction. This you can easily do. In a class of 40 students, 1/5 of a total number of students like to study Hindi. Okay. 2/5 of the total students like to study science, and the remaining students likes to study mathematics. Okay. How many students likes to study Hindi? So how many likes to learn about Hindi language? Let me first clear it out. You can again read the question meanwhile. There are 40 students in a class. Okay. And there are 3 subjects: Hindi, science and mathematics. First we will be finding out how many students like Hindi, then we will be finding out how many students like mathematics and English likewise. Okay. How many students like to study Hindi? 1/5. 1/5 of total students. So how many total students are there? 40, right? So 1 by 5 of means multiply 40. So 5 ones are 5, 5 eights are 40. So the answer will be 8. So how many students like to read Hindi? 8 students. How many students like to read science? Science is 2 by 5. Science is 2 by 5 of 40. That means 40 divided by 5, answer is 8. 2 8s are 16. So how many students like to read science? 16. And the remaining, how much is remaining? How much is remaining? See, first you need to understand the total of whole fraction is always 1. The total of whole fraction is always 1. So the total is 1. How many students already want to learn or interested in Hindi? 1 by 5. And how many science? 2 by 5. So how much is remaining? First we'll take the LCM, that is 5. Since nothing in the denominator, we can write 1. 1 need to convert it into 5. So the numerator will also be multiplied by 5 and the answer will be 1 into 5, 5. These are already 5, 5. We can write -1, -2. Now 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus 2, 2. So the fraction of students who likes to read maths is 2 by 5. So finally, how many students want to read the math? 2 by 5 of 40. So the again answer will be 16. How many students? This we have already done. What fraction of total students like to study mathematics? Done. So okay, so this is the question 6 that we have already done. Now since we have done one word problem, I believe rest both you can do by yourself as a homework. Okay. So our next concept that we will be doing is the reciprocal of fraction. What do you mean by reciprocal? The reciprocal of a non-zero fraction. Non-zero fraction? Now the question comes up, what is non-zero fraction? Non-zero fraction are those whose final answer is not 0. If I say 0 upon 9, the answer will be 0. So what I will say that 0 by 9 is a 0 fraction. But if I have 2 by 9, so obviously the answer won't be the 0, it will be 0 point something in decimal, right? 0.2, and it will continue, right? So this is not the 0, its decimal has its value 0.2, 1.2, 6.2, 95.82, anything but not 0. So this is non-zero fraction, right? The reciprocal of non-zero fraction is obtained by interchanging its numerator and denominator. This is the numerator, this is the denominator. When we shuffle it, change it, this becomes numerator and this becomes denominator. So this interchanging of position is called the reciprocal. Reciprocal of 3 by 2 is 2 by 3. Reciprocal of 1 by 4 is 4 by 1. Reciprocal of 1 by 4 is 4 by 1, and of course we can write 4 by 1 as 4, because when 4 is divided by 1 it results into 4, right? The reciprocal of this we have already, okay. Two non-zero number whose product is 1 are called reciprocal of each other, okay. So what it is saying, if there is a fraction which are being multiplied and the answer comes out to be 1, 2 by 3 multiply 3 by 2, this 3 and this 3 will get cancelled, 2 and 2 will get cancelled, and the answer will be 1. So these are called the reciprocal. This is another way to find out whether it's a reciprocal or not. If by multiplying both the number the answer comes out to be 1, then we say both the fraction given to us are reciprocal of each other. Fine. Division of fraction. Now this is another concept that we'll be doing. Today we have learned about the multiplication of fraction. Now we'll be dividing the fractions. Let us consider 2 divide 1 by 4. 2 divide 1 by 4 means to find out how many 1/4 are there in 2 wholes, right? If you consider them as 2 pizzas are there, and we need to find out how many 1/4 are there. So I'll be doing 4 parts of each of the pizza, and now I will be calculating how many total pieces I have. Now the total pieces will come out to be 8. So 2 divided by 1 by 4, it will come out to be 8. So let us see how do we represent it in terms of calculation. When 2 divides by 1 by 4, we cannot solve it directly. First we need to convert this division into multiplication, and what we will be doing, reciprocal of the second term. So the reciprocal will be 4 by 1 and the answer will be 8. So when we have done this question in a diagram form, the answer is 8. When we have done by using this conversion method, divide into multiply and reciprocal, our answer is same. That means the way of doing this division is correct, right? Okay. Solve the following. This you can easily do by reciprocaling the second number, right? Division of fraction by a whole number. Now we will be dividing 1 by 4 with 2. So in the given figure, the shaded part is 1 by 4. And what we are doing, we are dividing it by 2. That means we are dividing this particular portion into 2 parts. So we have divided this into 2 parts. Now we will again calculate how many total parts are there. Total parts in this particular figures are 8. And how many shaded parts are there? It will be 2. Fine. Okay, so in this particular case, what we have done, we have made 1/4 of this particular pizza, and if I say you don't take this one, right, you take half of it, you take divide it into 2 parts, and then only take this portion, not the complete one. This one is wrongly shaded over here, only this particular portion you need to take, right? Then how many shaded part are there? Only 1. This is not 2, this is 1. Fine, because what I am saying, out of this 4 pieces, first case you will be getting only 1, So the fraction is 1 by 4. What I am saying? Now you need to divide it into two parts. Now we have divided this into two parts, and I am saying that you will be getting only 1 out of it. So the answer will be 1 by 8. Also, by doing the calculation, 1 by 4 divided by 2 will be reciprocaling the second digit. 1 by 4 multiply 1 by 2, the answer will be 1 by 8. Fine. Division of the following, you will be able to do it. Next, division of fraction by another fraction. This is quite easy actually, you all can do it. Let us see this particular example. 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 3. In this case, 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 3. Fine. Now 1 by 2 will be multiplied by 3 by 1. We'll convert division into multiplication and we will reciprocal the second number. 3 ones are 3 and 2 ones are 2. That means 3 by 2. Fine. Okay, one application based question. Savita is dividing 3 by 4 kg of sweets equally among her 7 friends. How much does each friend receive? Okay, so Savita is dividing this sweet in equal among her 7 friends. So the quantity of 3 by 4 is being divided into 7 equal parts. So we'll divide 3 by 4 by 7. So first we'll be converting mixed fraction into improper form. 4 ones are 4, 4 plus 3, 7. So 7 by 4 will be divided by 7. We'll be reciprocaling the second number. 7 will be divided by 7. The answer will be 1 by 4. That means everyone will be getting 1 by 4 kg of the total sweets. I hope this concept is clear to you. Now in the exercise, find the reciprocal of each of the following. Again, we have already done what is reciprocal, interchanging the numerator and denominator. So the reciprocal of this will be 7 upon 4. Reciprocal of this will be 7 upon 10. Likewise, you can do these other questions. Second, solve the following. These are the concepts we have already covered. 2, 3 and 4 you all can do it. Fifth one. Let us read fifth one. Reshma uses 3/4 meter of cloth to stitch a shirt. Okay, she needs 3/4 of a meter. That means since 3/4 is a proper fraction, she needs less than 1 meter, right? How many shirt can she make with 2 1 by meter cloth? If I say the total length of the clothes now she is having is 2 1 by 4 meter. And each shirts require 3/4 of the meter. Each shirt will be requiring 3/4 of the meter, and we need to find out how many shirt will she be able to stitch. So whenever in mathematics you need to find out the number of, what you will do, you will divide the same units. This was also the length of the cloth. This was also the length of the cloth. You need to divide the same units to get the number of. So number of shirts will be 2 1 by 4. That means 4 to the 8. 8 into 1, 9 by 4 divided by 3 by 4. So 9 by 4 division will be converted into multiplication, and we will do the reciprocal of second number. 4 will be divided by 4 and 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are 9. So how many shirts will she able to stitch using 2 1 by 4 meter is number of 3 shirts. I hope this is clear to you. Now we are done with the concept of multiplication and division of fractions. Fine. Now multiplication of decimal numbers. First, you all give me at least, or think of a one case where you have already seen decimal numbers in our real life. Where you have seen the decimal numbers in our real life. Because if we don't see the decimal in real life, what is the use of studying it, right? So first think of the cases where you have seen decimal numbers in real life. Think. Okay. So some of the examples are, you must have visited the petrol pump with your father or your mother, right? to fill up your tank of your scooty, bikes or car, whatever vehicle you have, you must have seen the amount means the price of the petrol, 1 liter petrol is maximum time it's in number in decimal, like 94.65 rupees, right? 94.65. Or you must have visited the market where you must have purchased your clothes, right? Then the price also there can be somewhere 1499.99. So this is the way you see the decimal in your real life, right? Also, when you often go to the market to purchase the vegetables, you demand for 2.5 kg of potato. What word your mother used to have? Bhaiya 2.5 kilo aloo dena, right? So what this dhai means? It means 2.5. 2 kg and 500 gram. This is 2.5 kg. This represents the decimal numbers in our real life, right? So how does the multiplication of decimal number is done by whole number? We are given with the we need to multiply 6.25 by 12. First, you need to forget about the decimal and just multiply it with simple multiplication that you already do. 625 multiplied by 12. First we will be multiplying 625 by 2. The answer will be 1250. Then put a cross below 10 because this is the method you already know. Now multiply 625 with 1. Now we will add both these numbers. The answer will be 7500. This is your answer. Now you will again check that the decimal is before how many digits? 2 and 5. So how many digits are there after decimal? 2. So what we will be doing, we'll again put the decimal before two numbers over here. So the answer will be 7500, and we are putting decimal before two digits because it's already there before two digits. So our final answer will be 75. I hope this is quite easy for you. Fine. Multiplication of decimal number by another decimal number. Okay. Multiplication of decimal by another decimal number. Again, it's quite easy. 1.35 by 1.43. First, you need to multiply. The answer is 19305. Now, look here. How many numbers are there after decimal? 3, 5, 4, 3. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 4 digits are there which are after the decimal. So again in this particular question, we'll put the decimal in such a way that exactly 4 numbers come after the decimal. So the answer is 1.9305. Okay, example. The length of a rectangle is 7.1 centimeter and its breadth is 2.5 centimeter. What is the area of rectangle? Now, you tell me what is the area of rectangle? Area of rectangle is length into breadth. So we need to multiply the length as 7.1, multiply with its breadth 2.5. The answer which we are getting is 1775. But these are decimal numbers. So how many numbers are there which are after the decimal? 1 and here one more. That means 2. So we'll put the decimal exactly before two numbers. The answer will be 17.75. Since it's an area, the unit will be centimeter square. Fine? Great. So again you can do example 9. It's the same kind of similar question. Multiplication of decimal number by 10, 100 or 1000 or the numbers which are ending up with multiple zeros. What we'll do, let's suppose we have a number 1.33 over here and we need to multiply it with 10. Fine. So we'll not do the lengthy calculations. When we need to multiply it, what we'll be doing, we'll just shift this decimal to the right side. When we need to multiply with zeros, we'll shift the decimal to the right side. Your answer will be 13.3. Fine. Now we multiplied the 1.76 with 100. So the decimal will be shifted 2 times. From here, then here. So the answer will be 176.00, or you can write 176 only, since there is no value of decimal at the end, so you can leave the answer as 176. 0.07 multiply with 1000, so it will shift twice, 1, 2 and 3. Since there is nothing after 7, we will put 0. Let me show you. The number was 0.07 multiply with 1000. So how many times we need to shift the decimal? 3 times. It will shift from here to 1, 2 and 3. Since nothing is here, we'll put 0. So the answer is 70. Since there is no value of decimal at the end, we can write 70 as our answer. Clear? Okay. Now you can easily multiply these decimals. We have already covered this in our concept of today's class. Find the product you can do. Area of rectangle question you have already done. Fifth question we can do. A two-wheeler covers a distance of 49.6 km in 1 liter of petrol. That's a quite good average that is this two-wheeler is giving, right? We are covering 49.6 km in 1 liter petrol. How much distance will it cover in 10 liters? So we already know the answer of 1. We need to calculate it for the 10. We will multiply, right? So 49.6 will be multiplied with 10 liter. Since there is only 1 0, we'll shift our decimal toward right only once. So our answer will be 496 kilometer. So how much distance we can cover using 10 liter of petrol? It's 496 kilometers. Fine. Now division of decimal numbers. First we will be learning about the division of decimal number when we divide the decimal number by 10, 100, 1000 and likewise. So what happened in division? In division there is nothing rocket science over here. What we will be doing now, we will be dividing this by 10. When we divide by 10, 100 or 1000, we notice how many zeros are there? Only 1. So decimal will shift, but now it will shift toward left side. It will shift toward left side. So the answer will be 5.76. Got my point? Okay. Let us suppose now we want to divide 5.76 by 100. So our decimal will shift 2 times. One here and then here. So nothing is there, will be put 0 and your decimal will come here. So our answer will be decimal 0576. Your decimal have shifted twice and it has come here. Now decimal do not have any value toward the right hand, but it has its value before, or you can say at left hand. In order to showcase that we have put the decimal, we will write 0 over here. So the answer is 0.0576. Division of decimal by a whole number. What we will be doing? This we have already covered, I believe. No, we have already done with the 10 or 100. Okay. Division of decimal by a whole number. Now we are given with the question over here, 13.6 divided by 4. Again, recall the way we have done the multiplication. Forget about the decimal. Just divide 136 by 4. 136 divided by 4, your answer will be 34. Decimal was before only 1 digit. So we will be putting decimal only before 1 digit. So our answer will be 3.4. Okay. Shan bought 5 notebooks for rupees 102.50. Shan bought 5 notebook of total rupees 102.50. What is the cost of each book? Now we are given with the 5. We need to find out for 1. The number is decreasing. We will divide. So we will be dividing 102.50 by 5. The answer will be 10250. What we have done, we have divided 10250 by 5. The answer is this. Now decimal is before 2 digits. We'll put the decimal before 2 digits. So the answer is, the cost of each notebook is 20.50. Hope this is clear to you. Fine. Now we'll be dividing decimal number by decimal number. Now what we'll be doing? It's 13.68 divided by 0.4. Fine. So what we will be doing? 1368. When you remove the decimal, you divide it by the number of zeros, and the number are 2 which are there after decimal, so you will be dividing it by 100. This divide will remain same, and we can write 0.4 as, when we remove this decimal, 10 will be there in the denominator. Now we have already done this. 1368 divided by 100. We will convert this divide into multiply and reciprocal of second number. Now the 0 will be divided by 0. 1368 will be divided by 4. The answer will be 342. Now we are remained with 342 divided by 10. Since only one 0 is there, we'll put the decimal before one digit. The answer will be 34.2. Fine. So the answer over here is 34.2. A car covers a distance of 89.1 km in 2.2 hours. What is the average distance covered by it in 1 hour? So in case, even if the word average is not used, then also it is asking us to calculate for 1 hour. You already know for 2.2, you need to convert it into 1. We need to reduce this down. We will again divide. 89.1 km dividing by 2.2, your answer is 40.5. This is the division calculation that you can do, but you need to understand why we have divided, because we were given for 2.2 hours and the question is asking for 1 hour. 2 point we already know, we need to find out for 1. We will divide and find out the answer. Now these are the questions that you can do. All concepts are already being covered in this particular concept class. Okay, let us do one more question over here, the last question. Kajal divided 9.435 kg of rice equally and stored in it 6 containers of same capacity. What the Kajal has done, she has divided the total 9.435 kg of rice in 6 equal containers. So what is the quantity of rice in each container? We'll be dividing 9.435 by 6. Again, forget about the decimal. Simply divide this 9435 by 6 and calculate the answer. Your answer will be 1, 4. Okay. Your answer will be 1, 5, 7, 2, 2.5. So your answer will be 1572.5. When you will divide it by a long calculation that you do, your answer will be 1572.5. Now there was decimal, right? How many numbers were there after the decimal? 3. So we'll shift this decimal from here 3 numbers toward the left. Your answer will be 1.5725 kg. So what is the quantity of rice that each container will have? It will have 1.5725 kg of rice. I hope this whole chapter is clear to you. You can do these questions. These are already based on all the calculations, the concept we have learned in today's class. Hope you all are doing good. This is the end of the session and we have covered our second chapter of mathematics from Learn Forward Feather Cap. Hope you will enjoy revise the questions that we are left in this particular exercise, and take a good care of yourself. Happy learning.